Welcome to the Joy Work Show, the podcast that goes beyond the surface of business, right to the heart, to explore the real joy and the stories behind success. Not just the moments of celebration, but the challenges that paved the way for them. Hiya, I'm Diane. And here we know that joy isn't just about the good times. Often the greatest joy comes right after the greatest challenge. And today, I want to start with a few statements. Your strategy isn't broken. Your calendar isn't the problem. You don't need another system, template, or framework from the person who would help you with systems, templates, and frameworks. What you might need is to stop hiding behind the illusion of needing more time to figure it out. Because here's what I see again and again, not just with my clients, unfortunately, but also in myself. That when things start feeling uncertain or emotionally tender in our businesses or in our lives, we retreat. We head back into the strategy cave, back under our to-do lists, back behind the plan, the training, the learning, maybe the development. We start tweaking, we start researching, we start outlining, and it feels productive. It feels like ticking something off of our to-do list. It feels like we're doing. It looks responsible. It looks professional. It looks like it's serious business. But it gives us a false sense of safety because it's not actually movement. It's not actually necessarily going to move the business forward. It's avoidance. It's procrastination. And the cost, momentum, energy, joy, and the success that you say you want. When I started out in business and people talked about launching and how you should launch and how you had a launch sequence and you would nurture your audience, and it was all these words that I didn't really know, even from working in sales and marketing and the direct sales industry for over 20 years. The terminology that people were using was completely different to how I had previously worked. And these launch sequences and being online and building funnels and all these other ways, we now, I realize, had them all in our business, but we called them different things. So there I was getting my launch sequence ready. I built the funnel. I mapped the emails. I refined the copy as well as my skills could allow me to do at that time. I thought about the social posts, even scheduled them all. But when it came time to actually show up, to talk about it out loud, to share it on my socials, to let people see me standing in this new energy, I completely stalled. Not because I didn't believe in the offer, not because I wasn't good at business, but because I was building it the ways that I thought I should be building it, from what other people were telling me to do it, when I hadn't really thought about what it was that I wanted. And ultimately, it's because I was afraid of being seen in a completely new way. I hadn't built my belief systems up behind this new way of doing business and of claiming something bolder than I'd ever said before. And if anything, I over-prepared. I had all the things without the me, without the belief, without the backing myself. Sometimes it's not the strategy that's broken. The strategy was there, but it's your willingness to be visible inside your own vision. That launch failed, or actually didn't even start, not because the actual offer that sat behind it wasn't good, because I was still trying to make it feel safe. And real growth, real joy, it never feels completely safe. And one of the ultimate things about being felt to me feel safe, and the ways that I trick my mind into feeling safe now, is it has to be authentic. It has to be me. There are people I can learn from. There are business models and frameworks that I can put in. But if I can't show up in them, I may as well not start. We hide behind strategy when the next step feels vulnerable. We rewrite plans because it's easier than rewriting our own identity. Or we rewrite the plans because it's easier than claiming our identity, than being who we want to be. We say we're still clarifying when what we really need is to move. What we really need is to do. You don't always need more clarity. You need more truth. And truth only arrives in motion. Truth only arrives in results. Truth only arrives when we move. So here's how to tell if you're using strategy as a shield. You're avoiding visibility. You'll do the work, but not let people see the work or tell people about the work. You're in a constant cycle of tweaking. When I just get this done, when I just get that done. Every time you get close to launching, you go back to the drawing board because you haven't done the bit of strategy you were told to do. You haven't got the 10th email in the nurture sequence organized, but you do have the other 9. You keep saying, I'm almost ready. I'm nearly there. It will happen next week. But you've been almost ready for months. Okay, but how do you shift? How do you move forward? Here's how you can today. 1, make a micro move into visibility. Post the thing, send the invite, share the story you've been holding back. And if you've got a huge launch of a new product, a new service, a new offer, tell your audience about it. It doesn't need to be ready. The course doesn't need to be written. The product doesn't need to be ready to get sent out right now. But you need to tell them. You need to see who is there and wants to buy. Because if there's nobody there to buy, you might need to fix that. And if there's lots of people there to buy, then you've got the belief to go and do the thing. Number 2, choose a constraint. No more endless editing. No more endless learning once you know how to do the thing. Give yourself 60 minutes to map your strategy, then act. You can go back and refine. You can go back and make it perfect. Take the messy action. Do the messy thing. Act, move, get the thing in motion. Number 3, create accountability. Tell at least one person what you're doing. I dare you to actually tell more. I dare you just to tell people in your audience. But let yourself be seen by someone who sees your power, not just your plan. Tell somebody who doesn't even know the plan. Tell somebody who doesn't even understand the plan. But will ask you, how is that thing going? Have you launched that thing yet? How is your product? That's the accountability you need. I want you to ask yourself, what's the one action that feels real? So real to you today that it's a little terrifying. Do it this week. Before you're ready, before you have all the answers, because that's where the joy lives. That's where the butterflies in your tummy lives. That's where the fizzy feelings that get you excited and to show up and to build the belief in you and your business. Not in the safety, but in the aliveness. I hope I've created something for you today that you think that you can go and do something that perhaps you've been putting off. That perhaps you already know this strategy, says the strategist. Perhaps you already know what you should be doing. Perhaps you already know what you could be doing. Think about what you can go out and give today. Think about what your audience wants. Go and ask them and get the things done. I promise the best action comes from the messy action. The thing that you're scared to do. The thing that stops you in your track, but actually sends a bolt of excitement through your body. Go and do it. And then let me know how it goes. If this episode landed in your gut today, come share your micro move with me. Tag me, DM me, or join us inside the Joy Work Club, where we talk about being bold and visible and do it all with joy. It's a free community. The link is in the show notes. Your next breakthrough won't come from a better spreadsheet, from a color-coded calendar. It'll come from being brave enough to be seen. I would love for you, if you've enjoyed this episode or any of the others, to come and subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening to it. Click the bell, click follow, click like, come and follow the Joy Work Show. It helps us get out to more people and for more people to find us. And it makes me do a happy dance and build my own belief to keep going. I'll see you next time.